Welcome back to the weekly Dragon Ball News Roundup. We have a ton to break down today. We'll be starting off with Sean Schimmel's performance in the Dragon Ball DAIMA finale. A lot of people said they loved it, but I've seen a surprising amount of people who have said they did not enjoy it. There are people saying that he's trash, that he's lost his voice, that he's old, too old to be playing Goku now. There's a ton of it out there. Now, how much of it is genuine and how much of it is trolling, that's hard to quantify. Also, the exact ratio from people who liked it and the people who disliked it, that's another thing that's hard to break down because it's still early on in the process of figuring out how many people like it, how many people dislike it, but there has been some negative reactions. That being said though, Sean Schimmel did confirm that he almost passed out 1 or 3 times. The exact question was, I need you to almost pass out in the booth again, it's that serious. And then he responded and said, I did, somewhere between 1 and 3. So he says I did to a question where they said I need you to almost pass out. So either he did pass out 3 times or he almost passed out 3 times, but still that's pretty impressive. So whether or not you guys liked his performance, I hope you can appreciate that he put a lot of effort into it. Last time we talked about Bandai Namco's financial report for the fiscal year of 2025. Now we have Toei Animation's report, and surprise, surprise, Dragon Ball DAIMA is the biggest IP. Although to be specific, it is Dragon Ball, but again, this was the Dragon Ball DAIMA release calendar year, and it was pretty good. So Dragon Ball raked in 26.51 billion yen. One Piece raked in 24.96 billion yen. And again, there is a big rivalry between Dragon Ball fans and One Piece fans, and this is a pretty major thing because Dragon Ball becomes the first ever IP to cross 25 billion yen for Toei Animation in a single fiscal year. This information is coming from Shane on Twitter. That's spelled S-C-H-A-E-W-N, so I like to call it Shane. Maybe that's not how you pronounce it. But yeah, Dragon Ball is once again absolutely killing it in terms of financial reports. So it's making a lot of money, and a lot of people are pretty happy about it because it did not have an ongoing anime. It was only a 20-episode anime, not much going on. Although I should also note that Toriyama passed away in 2024. That could have had an impact on the community and people putting more money into the property, which I did discuss in my last video. But still, these are pretty impressive numbers. And real quick, more of a Toei Animation news since we were just talking about Toei's reports. They are going to be making heavier use of AI in its productions. This is coming from Vinixis on Twitter. He says they'll be using it for storyboard creation, coloring, automatic correction of Ginga or in-between creation, and in-background creation directly from a photo. So how much of this will impact your favorite anime, I don't know, but as we get further news, I will update you guys. This next one is a big one. The Nickelodeon Kid Choice Awards are going on, and Dragon Ball DAIMA has been nominated for the favorite cartoon. That's interesting because it is the first anime to do so since Pokemon in 2000. In case you're curious, the other contenders are Monster High, SpongeBob SquarePants, The Loud House, The Simpsons, Dragon Ball DAIMA, and Teen Titans Go. The fact that Dragon Ball DAIMA is competing with SpongeBob SquarePants and The Simpsons, 2 of the most long-running cartoons in history and 2 of the most successful, should tell you enough. I hate to say it, but Dragon Ball fans, we need to bombard this Kids' Choice Awards. Go to the website and vote. I'll be leaving the link in the description. Let's see if we can get Dragon Ball DAIMA across the finish line. Our final news story for today comes from RC Burrito on Twitter, who has released a Beast Gohan mod, and it looks amazing. This is, of course, for Dragon Ball FighterZ. Dragon Ball FighterZ has not received any DLC support for a while now. It's pretty much been left in the dust. The developer, I believe, is working on other games, and, you know, Dragon Ball FighterZ just isn't on their itinerary. Well, the modding community is still very much supporting it and keeping it alive. This Beast Gohan mod is apparently really good based off this trailer and the gameplay that I've been looking at. And apparently, one of his moves summons the Beast Gohan axe from Fortnite, which, in case you guys weren't aware, Fortnite had a lot of trouble deciding how to make the pickaxes in the Fortnite game for Dragon Ball. They gave Goku his power pole, they gave Goku Black his energy sword, and for some reason they gave Gohan an axe for like no reason at all. But apparently this modder decided to incorporate it into his moveset, which is a fun reference to say the least. There's also a bunch of alternate skins that he gave him, and one of them is Future Beast Gohan, so that's pretty cool. This last bit of news is a bit of speculation. In case you guys aren't aware, there is an event going on called Anime Expo 2025. It will take place between July 3rd and July 6th, and according to a very popular Project Multi Discord, the user Bricks has posted that there will be Dragon Ball name reveal and news there. Now, with that being said, this is very much speculation. This person's track record has not been proven yet, and as always, I like to say, whenever I'm referencing a source for the first time and they don't have a record, I put it out there that they don't have a very reliable record, but this will be the first opportunity to have their record proven right. So if there is a name reveal for Project Multi and more information like that, we will be looking at this person's career with great interest, as Palpatine says in The Phantom Menace. Anyways guys, that will be it for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to keep up to date with all things Dragon Ball news and commentary, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace off.